friends, I'm back with another book haul. I know you're thinking, Meg, didn't you just do like a small book haul not that long ago? And you were like, hey, I'm not going to be buying any books anymore because I'm trying to cut down on my book buying. Yes, I did. I did say that. But then what happened was I was on a book buying ban, and then what happened was I went and did my taxes. And I found out that all my manic book buying sprees from last year saved me money on my taxes because then I didn't owe as much money. See, like when you do YouTube, you're technically self-employed. So like even though, yes, I have a full-time job, I do YouTube on the side, this is self-employment income. So book buying is a write-off. It's an expense in order to run my business. Therefore, I get a tax break off of that money that I spent, and then I don't owe as much money. So yeah, I figured I would rather buy books than spend this money next year when I do my taxes. So you can blame my accountant, Garrett, for this. I was encouraged. I know what you're gonna say. Oh my god, it's so unrealistic. These booktubers have these huge hauls and it's just so unrealistic for people. Why aren't they getting books from the library? I do get books from the library. It's just that I also purchase books in order to run my business, okay? Listen, it's a whole thing. Yes, this is unrealistic for a normal average person who is not on the internet to be going out and buying books like this, but you gotta play the game sometimes. Anyways, I have a bunch of new books here. Amazon was having a buy two get one free sale. I got some books from Blackwell's. I got some books from Pango. I got a bunch of books to fit my new taste, okay? My taste lately has been a lot of transgressive fiction, a lot of literary fiction, a lot of satire. I'm trying to look and see what I got. Some classics, a mixture of some things. I do have the new Mark Hoppus memoir coming. It's not here yet. It will be here on Tuesday at the time that I'm filming this video. I don't know when this video will be up, but Fahrenheit 182, my most anticipated release of the year, that is coming this week. And then also I have the new Joan Didion pre-ordered as well. These are like notes and letters to her psychiatrist and to her husband at the time that were like in her office. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Ethically, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I don't know the details. I don't know the details enough to judge. But I am looking forward to reading more Joan Didion. What can I say? Speaking of which, I also got her essay collection, The White Album. I mean, this is like a hot girl apartment staple. Need I say more? I got the last Oteza Moshfegh book that I need to own, and I now officially own her entire backlist. This is Homesick for Another World. This is her short story collection. This is the only one that I had yet to purchase, so I went ahead and picked this one up. I'm obsessed with her. She can do no wrong. Then the last book of Melissa Broder's that I had yet to purchase, Super Doom. This is her poetry collection. This is the only Melissa Broder that I have not read. So, I mean, I'm not a huge poetry reader, but I'm gonna give it a go. It's Melissa Broder. You have to, right? Obsessed with her. She can do no wrong. If Melissa Broder told me to jump off of a cliff, I would do it. Donna Tartt. I read The Secret History, absolutely loved it. After years of people telling me that I was going to hate it, I loved it. And so I bought her two other books. I got The Little Friend. This one has absolutely horrible reviews. This one is about a little girl. I think it's from the POV of a little girl, which I'm not that excited about, but we'll see. And I think she's trying to solve her brother's unsolved murder. And from what I understand, it's not so much about the mystery aspect, it's about the characters. So I think that's why this has really bad reviews. So with that in mind, going in knowing that, I think I'll feel better about this book. Like, I won't be as disappointed as other people are knowing that. And then I also picked up this huge ass freaking book, The Goldfinch, which I heard is very, very good, but it's 800 pages and everyone says it's very long and boring. So I have to be in the mood to read this guy here. I honestly don't even know what this is about, so I'm gonna find out with you. Theo is a 13-year-old New Yorker who survives an accident that kills his mother. He's abandoned by his father and he's taken by a wealthy family. He's tormented by his longing for his mother, clings to the one thing that reminds him of her, a small, mysteriously captivating painting that has come into his possession. Now he's an adult. He moves easily between the antique store where he works, the drawing rooms of the rich, and the underworld of art. He is alienated, unmoored, and in love, and drawn by the power of that painting into a narrowing, dangerous circle. What does any of this mean? I don't know. I love yearning and grief and sadness and alienation. So we'll see. Required reading for anyone who loves great literature. Thank you, USA Today. That was so insightful. I picked up Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. This is the author of Earthlings, which I absolutely love. One of my favorite books of all time. I started this one on audio before I DNF'd because I just couldn't get invested into the audio, but I really would like to still read this physically. It seems promising for me despite not getting into the audio. It's short, it's less than 200 pages, but this one is about a convenience store, obviously. This is about a woman who works at a convenience store. She's kind of like isolated, alone, doesn't feel like she can fit in, and yeah, she feels a lot of like pressure from society to get married and start a family, so on and so forth. And then it says that she feels forced to take desperate action in order to please the people around her instead of herself. I didn't get that far into the book to find out what that is, but it seems relatable. And I do really like Sayaka Murata. So we'll see about that one. Another person that I really like is Dennis Cooper. I got Frisk by Dennis Cooper. This is the second book in the George Miles cycle. I've read Closer. I would like to reread it because I couldn't fully grasp it the first time around. This one I hear is like his best book other than The Sluts. This one apparently is super graphic, violent. It's transgressive fiction and just very, very wild. Everyone recommends this book to me. Like, people have been recommending this book to me for a year now. So I'm really excited to get to it. I've really been digging Dennis Cooper lately. This is like a snuff film book. And I love Dennis Cooper's exploration between sex and death. Kind of reminds me of Story of the Eye vibes, that exploration of sex and death. So yeah, he's a wild, wild man and I love it. And then I picked up Smothered in Hugs. This is a nonfiction collection of essays, interviews, feedback, and obituaries. There's also another Dennis Cooper that I purchased that is not here yet because it is in a Blackwell's order that is taking its sweet freaking time getting here. And that is My Loose Thread. So this one is about a boy named Larry. So it says he has been paid $500 by a senior to kill a fellow pupil and retrieve the boy's notebook. It seems simple enough. However, once Larry delves into the notebook, complications arise. Immensely powerful work that explores teenage depression and the confusion of love. My Loose Thread is a claustrophobic and harrowing piece of fiction. Say no more, obsessed, 5 stars. 5 stars, love Dennis Cooper. I'm obsessed with him. I can't wait to read more from him. You guys know The Sluts and what the hell is the name of the book that I just read by him and loved? I Wished. I love those books so much, so I really am anxious to read more Dennis Cooper. Then, speaking of an author that I would like to read more from, or read, period, Michel Houellebecq. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Bret Easton Ellis is a huge fan. I had a couple people recommend him to me, saying that if I love Bret Easton Ellis, I'll probably like his books. I have a couple of my patrons wanted to buddy read some of his books with me. So one of my patrons started the Elementary Particles. So I picked up 5 Michel Houellebecq. Oh my god, I'm trying my best, okay? But I did pick up 5 of his books. Why did I pick up 5 right off the bat? I don't know. My mania that day told me that it was appropriate. The first one, the Elementary Particles, this one I'm going to be buddy reading with my patrons, and also I might throw this in a video reading some Bret Easton Ellis recs. Let me know if that's something that you want to see. I don't really know what most of these are about, if I'm being honest. This one is looking at modern consumerism, materialism, and unchecked scientific experimentation. Say no more. So this is about a guy who's overweight and a failure at everything, and then his younger brother is an emotionally dead molecular biologist. Immersed in the solitude of his work, each is ultimately offered a final chance at genuine love, and what unfolds is an endlessly unpredictable and provocative tale that speaks to the possible redemption of the human condition. Say no more. I'll probably love it, let's be real. And then I picked up Serotonin. This one I've been wanting to read for a while, actually. So it says, this guy is dying of sadness, okay? Already, first sentence, obsessed. 5 stars. Same. I'm also dying of sadness. Despised by his girlfriend and on the brink of career failure, his last hope for relief comes in the form of a newly available antidepressant that alters the brain's release of serotonin. Say no more. Sounds so good. Solitude and suffering. So me, just like me for real. Then I got The Map and the Territory. This is the book that I think I heard Brett talking about on a podcast. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I think this is kind of a, well, you'll see this is Michel right here. I think this is a, what is the word that I'm looking for? A very meta book. It's like about an artist, and he has this new, like, exhibition of Michel, and it makes him famous, but he still has, like, all these life problems. I don't know exactly what this is about, but it says that it's satire and self-parody, and I kind of love that idea. So then I picked up Whatever. This one doesn't really say what it's about. It just says he's 30 with a well-paid job, no love life, bad attitude. He smokes 4 packs of cigarettes a day, writes weird animal stories. He's a computer programmer. He's packed off with a colleague to train civil servants in the use of a new computer system. Okay. And then last but not least, I picked up Platform. And this one is another one that I really wanted to read for a while. Okay, so this one sounds wild. So Michel is a civil servant at the Ministry of Culture. When his father is murdered, he takes a leave of absence to go on a package tour to Thailand. And it basically says, only the awkward Valerie there attracts his attention. Too bashful to pursue her, he prefers the uncomplicated pleasures of Thai massage parlors and sex with local women. Back in Paris, he calls Valerie and they plunge into a passionate affair which strays into S&M, partner swapping, and sex in public. Michel quits his job and tries to help Valerie and her boss in their ailing travel business by offering travel packages based on sex tourism in the third world. Say no more, I'm into it. Speaking of Bret Easton Ellis recommendations, I picked up this one here. This is The Corrections by Jonathan Franzen. I love how freaking floppy this book is. Look at the flop. Look at the flop. Woo! It's so good. It's so good. I think this one is supposed to be comedy, like satire. It's about a woman whose husband is losing his sanity due to Parkinson's disease, and her kids have, grown up and moved out, and she's desperate for some pleasure to look forward to. So she has her heart set on bringing the family together for one last Christmas at home. Listen, Bret says it's good. Then another Bret rec, but also a Patreon rec. Everyone in my Patreon Discord has been reading this book and like sobbing over it. They're all obsessed with it. And then my one friend on Instagram read it and she was obsessed with it and sobbing, and that is Stoner by John Williams. I ordered this one on Blackwell's. I'm still waiting for it to come. It's about this guy named William Stoner, I think, and he's an English professor. And you're just basically following him throughout the story of his life. You're following like his troubled marriage and career and family and all the disappointments in his life. And apparently it is just horrifically sad and people are sobbing over this book. And I cannot wait to read this one. I really want to read it for a video, but yeah, we'll see. Then I picked up The Melting by Lizzie Spit. This one, guys, I really don't know anything about this one, and the synopsis is very vague, but I just know that someone recommended this to me in my comments of my disturbing books video and said it was the most disturbing book that they ever read. And then when I looked it up, I saw that Criminale did a review on this book. He said that it was really disturbing, and so I bought it. So I guess we'll see. I've heard really good things, and then when I went on Goodreads, like a lot of my friends on there that have similar taste as me rated this book really high. So I don't really know anything about this one, but I will be reading it for like a disturbing books video. And I picked up White Nights by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. Am I pronouncing his name correctly? How did I do? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe don't, because you're probably going to drag me. So yeah, I got White Nights by him. I heard really great things about this one. It's like a little novella about unrequited love, which is one of my favorite tropes. I have realized I love unrequited love. I mean, I don't love unrequited love. I love it in books and the exploration of that, and longing and yearning. We all know this is my new thing now. So I'm really looking forward to checking that one out. And then I did get Crime and Punishment by him as well, a classic that I have not read. So I'm looking forward to checking out his work. Really seems like something that would be up my alley from other people that I've spoken to. Then another classic author that I've been dying, like literally dying to check out is Albert Camus. I picked up 3 of his books. My friends highly recommended The Stranger to me. He writes a lot of philosophical work, existential, absurdist. Okay, everyone recommends The Stranger to me. Why do they recommend this to me? Do I remember what this book is about? Absolutely not. And the back of the book doesn't tell you either, so we're just gonna move on. I also picked up The Fall. Don't remember what this one is about. But then I also picked up The Myth of Sisyphus. This one is about suicide, I believe. And this one says, it's the question of living or not living in a universe devoid of order or meaning. I also saw some quotes out of this book on Instagram and absolutely loved them. So that's why I decided to pick this one up during the sale. So I got 3 of these. One of them was free. Then I got 2 translated books here from Charco Press. The first one is Why Did You Come Back Every Summer? This is my May Patreon book club book. You guys voted. I wanted to do like a short, disturbing translated book for the month of May, and this one is about a girl who was sexually assaulted by her uncle. And it's basically this book about how abuse victims are treated, and explores, you know, the gaslighting and kind of almost sounds similar to My Dark Vanessa from the description, and how, you know, it says the same people who shelter you will reject you. You spend your summers in your mother's hometown where your beloved aunt is your abuser's wife and your cousin is his daughter. And the truth about what happened will depend entirely on you. I hear that this one's very disturbing, bleak, sad, and very impactful. So I can't wait for the book club discussion on this one. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, link is always in the description box down below. And then I also picked up Die My Love by Ariana Harwicks. This one is apparently just like about this woman's descent into madness, downward spiral. Apparently it's a difficult read because a lot of it doesn't make sense. It's like very stream of conscious. You're inside this woman's head who's just like spiraling into madness. So people have mixed opinions on that, but to me this sounds good. It is a Melissa Broder recommendation, who I trust with my recommendations. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It is being compared to Sylvia Plath, and like, say no more. Oh yeah, I picked up Catcher in the Rye. Read this in high school, absolutely loved it, and I would like to reread it as an adult and see if I still feel the same way. Apparently everyone's like, oh, if you love this book, you're a red flag. Make it make sense, honestly. How does loving this book make you a red flag? Explain in the comments down below, because I don't get it. Maybe I'm a red flag. I don't know. My friend Chris recommended these 2 books to me by Osamu Dazzi. How do you pronounce this name? Oh my gosh. I need help when it comes to these pronunciations. I'm reading smart people books and I can't pronounce anything. Dazzi. Osamu Dazzi. The Setting Sun and No Longer Human. No Longer Human I see everywhere. This one is about a man who feels himself incapable of understanding human beings. Me too, babe. He becomes a clown to mask his alienation. He's eventually led to a failed suicide attempt as an adult. It's about human connection. This one sounds amazing to me. Chris said that this one's even better, that I will sob reading this. And this one says, I wonder how it would be if I let go and yielded myself to depravity. It says that it explores social and moral crisis, and it's set in the early post-war years. Doesn't say anything else about what the book is about, but I'm looking forward to checking this author out. Then I picked up, speaking of like, I was talking about unrequited love earlier, and like longing and yearning, and I love impossible love. I love books about impossible love, okay? The first one is Call Me By Your Name, a very famous, popular book that I have never read. And then I also picked up Thirst for Salt by Madeleine Lucas. This has been recommended to me in my comments multiple times. This one is about a college girl who falls in love with a man who's 20 years older than her. So he's like middle-aged, and then I don't know what happens, but some things pop up, some dilemmas occur, and it's this impossible love trope that I just love so much. So looking forward to checking those out. Then Kind of another one with a similar theme, from what I'm told, is Just Kids by Patti Smith. This is the memoir that all the girlies online have been freaking out about. They have been posting quotes of this all over Instagram. This is like another hot girl staple. Joan Didion has a blurb. Say no more. Okay, do I know who Patti Smith is? No, not really. This is like 60s punk rock, 1969 punk, young lovers. They take photos, they're photographers. They write poetry and do rock and roll. I'm starting to go delirious. I don't know what this, I don't know. Who are these people? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that the girlies love the love involved in that book, okay? Then, where do I go next? I'm losing it. The Rachel Incident by Caroline... Don't make me pronounce another name. Honestly, I'm starting to lose my mind. Don't make me pronounce another name. Yeah, this is another unrequited love book. This one is about this girl who's 20 years old. She's like quiet, blah, blah, blah. She meets this guy, James, at a bookstore who's in the closet, gay. And they just like move in together on a whim. And she starts like falling in love with her married professor. And it says that like James helps her organize a reading at their local bookstore for them to meet. And then the plan is to like seduce him afterwards. But then it says her professor has other desires, and it begins a series of secrets and compromises that intertwine the fates of James, Rachel, and Fred, and his wife. It's another unrequited love. We love it. Girl Interrupted. Listen, I love the movie. I've always been curious about the book. Everyone has different mixed opinions on the book. But I'm really looking forward to reading this because I mean, it's relatable, you know, typical Tuesday shit for me. Mental health memoir. We love it. We love that. We love that here on this channel. The Woman Destroyed, another book that I see literally everywhere on the internet. This is about the lives of 3 women, all past their first youth, all facing unexpected crises. Okay, all I know is that I see this everywhere. The Woman Destroyed just kind of sounds like something that I need to read. I don't know. My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. I love The Days of Abandonment. I love it so much. So I decided to pick this one up. You guys have been recommending that I read this one next. This is about friends and their hardship together. I don't know. I've been seeing wonderful reviews about this. I really, really enjoyed her writing in The Days of Abandonment. So I feel good about this one. Valley of the Dolls. I picked this one up. This one is 1960s New York City. It's about these women who were destined to become housewives, but they are best friends and struggling to make their mark. Eventually they climb their way to the top of the entertainment industry, only to find out that there's no place left to go but down to the Valley of the Dolls. Tackles women's rights, gay rights, drug addiction, male literary establishment. Listen, we love that. Prescription pills. Say no more. We love rich people who do drugs, okay? A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This was another recommendation from one of my patrons who's obsessed with this book. This is a coming of age story. It's just, I don't even know anything else about it. Literally the back of the book just says, an American classic about a young girl's coming of age at the turn of the 20th century. I don't remember any specifics about this book, but I hear it's like very impactful and beautifully written. Then I picked up London Fields by Martin Amis, right? These authors, man, they're killing me. They're killing me. So this is like a murder mystery, like a weird murder mystery that doesn't make sense, is how it was pitched to me pretty much. So this is about a woman who is getting murdered, and then the murderer might be these two different guys. So she's getting murdered. Damn right this book doesn't make sense. I don't even know what the synopsis doesn't even make sense. What the hell? Meredith Alone by Claire Alexander. This was a recommendation by one of my friends. This is about a woman who doesn't leave her home. She hasn't left her home in 1,214 days. And the only person that visits her is the grocery delivery guy. So literally sounds like me. This is my memoir, in case you were wondering. Claire Alexander is just my pen name. And then last but not least, I got a nonfiction, Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. This one has been on my TBR for like years, and people are obsessed with it. And people said that it made them cry, and I'm always looking for books that will make me cry. So this is about a therapist, and she's just telling us about her exploration of her patients' lives, as examines the truths and fictions we tell ourselves and others as we teeter on the tightrope between love and desire, meaning and mortality, guilt and redemption, terror and courage, hope and change. I've been wanting to read this for a very long time. I've heard nothing but excellent things about this book. So yeah, that is it. I did it. That was my haul. I'm gonna be reading these books for videos, and I'm gonna go insane, and I'm blaming Garrett. Garrett, this is all your fault. Garrett, my accountant, who clearly doesn't care if I live or die. I'm going to go take a thumbnail now that I'm sweating and spiraling, and I will see you in my next video. I love you. Bye.